Hey everybody, TacticAngel here. We're playing some World of Warships Legends on the PlayStation 4. We're going to be talking about the Arkansas, the Tier 3 Premium American Battleship, which is part of the Founders Pack. Here we're going to start looking into the actual hit points and all that good stuff. We have 43,800, 16% torpedo reduction. The only change here between that and the Arkansas is 3% less mitigation of torpedo damage. You will notice that this Wyoming does have AA defense. The Wyoming has absolutely none. Right now that doesn't make much of a difference whatsoever. In terms of artillery, these are very similar. They are both shooting 6x2 305mm guns. Wyoming shoots out to 13.8 kilometers. It turns its turrets at 44.7 seconds to get 180 degrees, 31-second reload. You got a little bit of difference here in terms of reload and turn speed, not enough to really write home about, but the big difference on the Arkansas is you have 21 127mm secondaries rather than 6. And they actually go out to 3.5 on the Wyoming and 4.5 on the Arkansas. I have a mod on this that is making it appear at 5.4. So we're going to jump into some gameplay here. The thing about the gameplay that I didn't really account when I recorded this was several games will last full 15 minutes. So particularly the way that I run the Arkansas, I run my Arkansas not with Bull Halsey, who's more of a destroyer commander in the game. I run it with a guy named Lee. That guy is a captain that can greatly increase the survivability of your battleship. You see down in the lower left-hand corner, I have 4 uses of my heal. He also is helping me shoot further out with my secondaries, which will come up a little bit later. And then, of course, the drawback, I guess you could say, is I cannot shoot my primary battery quite as far. I have a reduced range, and I don't think that's a huge deal because for the most part, the Wyoming can't hit the broadside of the earth at range. I mean, I can chuck shells out here, but it's kind of real hit or miss whether or not I'm going to hit anything. And you'll see here just a whole bunch of nothing. So we're heading out to the east side of this map. Our hope is that we're going to be able to support all the other people who are moving out there. With Legends, you do start quite a bit closer to one another, so you pretty much get spotted right away in battleships. I'm not sure that's super great, but I mean, it's just the way of the world right now. So I'm putting shells down there on that Orion. I probably let him a little bit too much. He's going significantly slower than I expected. But my shell dispersion is also pretty terrible. As you can see, all of the plumes of water flying everywhere. Now we start to see torpedoes coming in. I'm doing the chief sin of a battleship, which is driving in straight lines. I try to turn, but I'm going to eat one of these against the back of my ship.
We're taking on water quickly.
In any case, we are going to pretend like that didn't matter and keep the shells flying. We get a couple of hits on the Orion. Nothing real pretty, but we're up to 24,000 damage. We also do have some people kind of swinging around behind me. I actually do not notice the ship that's immediately behind me, and I believe that is going to be an Awachi. I probably should have realized somebody was shooting at me when I got a hit indicator that they were. get one more good hit in on the Orion. So we're turning to port, and then it's like, oh, there's a guy behind me. That's the Iwaki. Iwaki is another thing you can buy in the Founders Pack. It is a very delicate little flower, and if I could actually hit it, I would annihilate it in a hurry. But we're playing in an Arkansas, and now I need to start thinking about what's going on with my life, because I'm about to run into the outside of the map, and if I don't run into the outside of the map, I'm probably going to run into that island. So I'm going to have to make a sacrifice here, do a full 360, and that's kind of a pain because I'm going to have to rotate my turrets all the way around. Hoping to get one more shot with my guns before I have to do this, but you know, it doesn't quite work out until I see the Iwaki again. We're gonna see if we can't actually get some shells in on him, and wouldn't you know it, we land about half in front of him and half behind him. I will maintain that's not really my fault, but this happens a lot with Battleship shooting at very small targets. Really, I don't want to have to ever shoot at a destroyer, but I mean, what am I going to do? I can see from his stacks that he's moving forward again. I shoot all 12 shots all at once, and sadly come up with not a whole heck of a lot of anything. That Iwaki's coming back in to try to deal with me. I know that things are happening around me because I can hear my secondaries starting to open up. And you can see he's out there at more than 5k. All those secondaries are starting to shoot at him. I'm actually kind of hoping that my secondaries can take care of him, because I do have a lot of them. But you do kind of hate to rely on the computer to do your job for you. I miss a whole bunch of extra shots. I'm worried about the Iwaki behind me, but I'm also worried about the possibility of being torpedoed by the destroyer. So here we see the Iwaki's torpedoes. That one just about scrapes the paint. And he's getting within secondary range, which is going to help. I really like running away in the Arkansas. You're not very fast, which means people tend to catch up with you. But if with this build, if they come within 5.7 kilometers of me, I will actually be able to shoot them. And if I shoot them,
Problem solved,
you
sir.
know, all the better. Here's some pointless shots because I'm not going to be able to hit much of anything at this distance. Woo! So a lot of your job, if you're playing in a battleship, is to survive. And that's kind of what I'm building this Arkansas towards, with Lee as my commander. He enables me to essentially stay in the game a lot longer because of the heals and all that good stuff. I've decided I'm going to shoot high X at this guy because I am really hoping to set him on fire and to whittle him down, because I don't think I'm going to land a lot of real good hits on him while he's all the way out there. Unfortunately, he seems to have no trouble whatsoever hitting me, and I think he's got about the same idea since I'm presenting about a 45-degree angle to his shots. So we do hit him a couple times. Nothing really good going on there. I'm going to pop my heal for the third time. That is going to help me recover, as you can see, about an eighth, maybe a tenth of my health. But if you figure that I'm going to be able to recover maybe 40% of my health, I'm going to be able to stay in there quite a bit longer than your average ship, even your average battleship, as long as I don't take all of the damage at the same time. Ideally, I would want to slow up as much as possible to let this Arkansas catch up with me, because I do want to be able to hit him with my secondaries. But it's not going to happen. He's going to start sailing perpendicular to me, and it's going to take me a minute or two to realize that I'm not playing this very well, considering there are two ships firing at me. Woo! Those were bad shots, by the way. So here's the part, I hope, that I figure, oh shoot, I'm actually turning myself really broadside in order to shoot that Arkansas. I need to turn myself the other way around and just be happy to get the 4 rear turrets. And here we go. That looks like a decent set of shots, but don't come up with much. We're still sailing away. We're going to pop that repair one more time, and that is going to bring us, you know, back up to 30% or so. But we're still in this, and we are technically still on fire. Yes, I could try to put that out, but if I put that out and then he lights several fires on me, I'm not going to be able to recover. I light one fire on him, and he immediately puts it out. One might say that's a good idea, but in 10 seconds, my guess is that this is not going to work out for him. Boosh, 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 boosh. On fire again. Now he can't put that out because he's already used his damage control. So he's probably got about 60 to 90 seconds on that, depending on his commander and whatever the base rate is. And I'm about to land, or at least shoot, another salvo. I get 5 guns around. We set 2 more fires, and now you can really see why you don't want several fires going on your ship at the same time. Because his life is going down significantly every second at this point, because his whole life is fire. At least until it ends. So now all we've got left is this Ishizuchi. It's going to murder me if I go after it, so I'm actually going to just run away. We'll cut towards the end. So what do I think of the Arkansas? Well, it is a fun battleship to play. It is a battleship that you can actually run secondaries on. This is a pretty decent result. I enjoyed it mostly because I got 5 ribbons on it. Hopefully this has been useful to you. I will be reviewing the other Founders Pack ships. And there you can see me on the top with all of the battle ribbons and whatnot. Thank you everybody for watching. I will see you on the next one.